说些什么呢？
说开场。
OK。大家好，我是陆道厨。今天和我一起参与这个圆桌会谈的是一群非常朝气蓬勃的年轻人，他们是来自于上海纽约大学的团队。他们刚刚在 Hyperloop One Global Challenge 的比赛当中晋级到了半决赛，也是中国唯一的一支代表队。我先来给大家介绍一下各位成员。最右手边的是来自于埃塞俄比亚的 Honey， 然后在他旁边是来自于中国的 Eric， 然后是中国的 Mickey， 来自于 Russia 俄罗斯的 Alina， 来自于美国的 Brad， 我左手边的是来自于美国的 Sean， 以及来自于中国的 Kiki。What is the most frequently used transportation method in your home country?
I come from the northwest of Russia,
Yeah.
the city called Arkhangelsk. We don't have metro, we don't have trains there, except long distance trains. So the only way of transportation is either bus or the car. But sometimes the traffic jams are so long and it takes so much time to go through them that I was just walking to school actually by feet because it was the same amount of time as taking the bus there. So the only means of transportation is basically by yourself, by feet, or by bus in order to get to places on time.
But it's cold in winter, I mean.
It's very cold.
By foot?
Yes, it's extremely cold, so I would wear layers of clothes when I would go by feet and then change into my suit for school.
So lovely weather in Shanghai, right?
It's much warmer and much nicer, for sure.
Honey, so how about in your home country?
My home country, we're underdeveloped in Ethiopia, so the capital city, Addis Ababa, China has built the kind of the subway system. It was opened last year, but my city is about 500 kilometers away from the capital city. So what we use to travel is called bajaj. So bajaj is a three-wheeler and it has a cover, but it doesn't have a car door, so it's open and it can sit 3 people. So what happens is usually a lot of kids fall off of that. People use to travel cargo people would use horse carriages or other types of transportation. But for me, what I would like to use most of the time is like a normal taxi, or I prefer to walk because the city's not as huge as Shanghai, so I can just go there in 10 minutes.
When I was in high school, me and my friends would just go Saturday to Chongqing just to have one hot pot and then that, because that hot pot is just that delicious. But the thing is, it took probably back and forth 5 hours, so it's like a waste of time. So at that time, I really wanted the Harry Potter magic power. But I think Hyperloop can
make the magic happen.
Yeah.
We are starting with the transportation issue because we are talking about Hyperloop One. That may be, a life-changing way of transportation for the future. So, what is your first impression? So, what do you think when you first heard of this concept of Hyperloop raised by Elon Musk?
For me, I want to be in the medical field in the future. So when I think about Hyperloop, what comes to me is if Hyperloop becomes the major way of transportation, that means people can get to good hospitals in very short minute. And in Africa, where I'm from, a lot of mothers die because they don't have enough time to get to the hospital. So this kind of transportation would save a lot of mothers and children's lives and other different types of patients as well.
The first time I heard of the word Hyperloop, I feel like it's just another kind of magnet that's situated in my hometown Shanghai. But as I further the studies and research into this kind of new technology, I really feel that it's long distance transportation for the future. I mean, it's even superior to jet when it comes to energy consumption and speed. So it's the real future to make the world smaller.
I was really wowed and happy to join the team at the first sight, but I had a really long conversation with Eric the last time. I asked him why we transport from Shanghai to Hangzhou instead of Shanghai to Beijing, But Eric really convinced me because I think this is a project that really benefits mega cities. So we really need those satellite cities to support the transportation and all the other business modes involved. So I think it is a great start.
It sounds quite smooth when you started this team. I mean, but
It wasn't that smooth. So when I first know about this project, Alina, we were actually in London and she was explaining about Hyperloop's concept to me. I was like nodding my head, I'm like, yes, sure. But secretly I was like, she's crazy. So I think it's, but like after a lot of like researching, asking around, that's when I find out, whoa, this is not just a concept, this is actually happening. And like literally in the summer.
There are dozens of teams all over the world working on the engineering of this. And one of them, Hyperloop One, for the challenge, is going to show the full-scale demo this summer in the Kitty Hawk moment, they call it, when they'll show a 3-kilometer track and actually get this pod up to speed in the tube. So the technology is real and it's happening.
when you actually formed a team to start this project, any difficulty that you have been faced with?
I remember when I was first joining the team, my main task is to do the translation, and I was like, translation should be easy because I have all the certificate and stuff. But when I actually received the script I have to translate, it was really terrifying because even though I look up every single word on Google, I understand them just in pure concept, but I don't know what that means when they all put together.
I remember we're meeting one of the government, and we walked in to introduce them about Hyperloop. And we're like, we know Hyperloop already. Like, we know Elon Musk, we like him. And we're just like sitting there. So what else should we say?
And mind you, we had to do this. I was speaking only in English, while Kiki was taking it all in and speaking Chinese back to them.
And Eric was like translating to me at the same time.
After this meeting, I was like, I should get a certificate.
The first letter we got from a public official, we were so excited. They were going to write us a letter, they were going to say they were interested in Hyperloop, it would look so good for us, and we get the letter back, and it's like 5 pages of just very advanced Chinese. And we looked at each other and just thought, oh my gosh, what are we doing? And it actually really benefited us in the end because we brought on so many more people who are just absolutely vital to the team at this point. So we're very thankful for that, but it was a disappointing night for sure.
That actually helped your language of Chinese a lot. So working with teams, especially members from different cultural backgrounds, anything interesting happening?
Yeah, so one of the great things about our team and NYU Shanghai in general is that we can bring people from all of these different backgrounds. And one thing that's really good about that is that we use, some people might be really good at maybe selling, or they're really good at pitching. And one thing that these people who have lived in different countries are good at is picking up on these nuances in different situations. They might be able to walk into a room and there's only Chinese government officials in there, but they can talk to them and explain the situation to them in a way that they understand. And I think that's a really good part of the multicultural team.
It's nice that we have such a diverse team because when it comes to doing something like explaining passive maglev technology or something, we have the skills to be able to explain that. But sometimes I'll look at a page of finance numbers, or there'll be terms I just don't understand, and I'll have to sit down with some of the team members and they'll just have to take me through it very slowly. So it's really useful having those different perspectives and different skill sets on the team.
This group is full of very special people. When I was in high school and I heard about this project for the first time, and I'm like, I never assumed in my life that I would be part of a team that is working towards making this technology applicable. So when I came here and I found this kind of people that are really driven and determined, and everyone here is believe that they can do it themselves. So I feel like this is a very special team.
Pretty cool. So now it's a difficult question. It's a elevator pitch time. So what do you want to say to the audiences? How you want them to support you, for example, into the final, or to support this project, to support this dream to come true?
Imagine if you could travel from your desk in Lujiazui in Shanghai to the banks of the West Lake in a matter of 10 minutes, or from Chengdu to Chongqing to eat hot pot in only 30 minutes. This is the future of transportation. This is Hyperloop, and China is one of the best places in the world to build Hyperloop. They are keen on innovation, and they are fueled by an ambitious people, and most importantly, will be able to integrate the cities of the future in China. This is no easy task, but we have an incredible ambition in China to build and to innovate. And I believe that in 5 or 10 years, the first Hyperloop system will be built in China.
无论是这一支团队还是这一项技术，都已经迈出了坚实的一步，但仍然期待大家更多的支持。
支持我们 Hyperloop！